Welcome back. Stas23 here, back again with some knife therapy. And before I get started, if you like this video, please drop a thumbs up on it. It helps out the channel a whole bunch. If not, thumbs down also works. And if you like knife content and you're not already, smash the subscribe button with the bell notification so you don't miss any of my content. All right, we're going to go to the part 2 of my Blade Show haul. And believe it or not, the part 2 actually has my top 3 knives that I bought through the entire show. And yes, I did spend entirely too much money. And there will be a knife sale in the near future. Probably maybe a couple of these, not sure. But let's get into it because I don't want this to go on for an hour. I'm going to mix in some budget and the higher end ones. I just got them laid out the way I pulled them out of the case. So first up, we have one from Savi, which Savi, in my opinion, had the most new models and the most interesting stuff and the Wii line. But here's one that I picked up I thought was pretty interesting. And this is the Tanto Elementum. That probably be coming out pretty soon. I just like this Tanto because of this drop right here. I just thought that looked really nice. And I'm just interested to see what they could do next with this. They've made pretty much every kind of Elementum so far. Maybe a button lock that they can put a thumb stud on. That way they can make you buy both if you like the Elementum that much. The one thing that I wasn't too excited about is they're using D2 steel. I mean, they do a good job with it, but D2 is just not my favorite budget steel. I was happy that they didn't use the micarta they use on a lot of the other ones. This is the same stuff they had on those slip joints. This is called their brown matrix micarta. It doesn't look the best, but in my opinion, it looks a little better than the other stuff. Deep carry pot clip and steel only, right hand tip up only. I think you can only get this one in the coated blade. I know some people, that's a deal breaker, but I think that's the only way they come. All right. Every year I try to pick up a knife that shows, Blade Show 2021 or whatever Blade Show I'm on. This year, I couldn't find one that I really liked until at the end, and I picked up this little guy. This is the Heretic Knives Blade Show Special Manticore S with that yummy Bowie blade. This is the small one, kind of like the the UTEC 70 or whatever, 75, whatever it's called. It's got a two-tone blade on here. I like that Bowie blade. Look at that tip. This is LMAX steel right there. You can see it. Tell you right at the back, this, in my opinion, is a lot more comfortable. Even though they had this ginormous, look how high. I've never seen a pot clip that goes that high. Now I see why there's so many people that do aftermarket clips for these. But it has this nice G10 button that doesn't tear up my thumb whenever I'm using it. I don't know what the other ones are like, but the action's great. And I've never owned a Heretic knife, so there you go. It's the Heretic Knives Manticore S Blade Show 2021, made the great US of A. And I guess a little glass breaker, but there you go. Before I go on any further, just like on the last video, if y'all haven't seen the part 1 of this, definitely go check that one out. And also in the comments, please let me know what y'all would like to see the reviews on first. It can be from that first video on down. If there's one in here that you really want to see, I'm going to look over everybody's, and then, the ones that get the most wants for them, that's which ones will go first, or at least I'll try. All right, this next one, definitely did not plan on picking this up, but I love the designer, and it just put a smile on my face at the moment, so I picked it up. This one's coming from Custom Knife Factory. This is the collab with Christensen Knives, the Brutus, and boy, is it a brute. Look at this. This thing is a beast. Let's see what can I show y'all for size reference. Let's put that Elementum back out here. Look at that. Yeah, buddy. They did a pre-order for these. The pre-orders haven't even released, so I figured I could pick it up. I am a reviewer. I could pick it up and try to put a review up for y'all. The ones that have got in on this in the pre-order are thinking about buying one whenever they release some to the dealers. But this is one mean blade. You got this nice hollow grind right here, flat grind, and then that swedge. Watch how smooth. I mean, I don't expect anything less. Ooh. You can spotty flick it, but the detent is actually dialed in perfectly for that flipper tab. because you got that thick blade coming out with the momentum, and that really makes it drop shot like a guillotine. Max out that blade to handle. This one has a Damascus pivot collar, that like bark finish on there. Zirconium backspacer, big old chunk of it. Pretty sure that's zirconium. It might be blackened titanium, not 100%. This isn't a review. Also have the Damascus clip, mill clip, and the Damascus collar right there. This CK Knives logo. Yeah, this one, I don't know. It might stay around. It might not. You know, all the knives that I've bought that I wasn't sure about, I know if I end up not keeping them, I can pass them on to somebody else. So just a big old beast of a knife. All right, next up, this is one that I bought literally on Sunday, last table I think I went to, and I thought a good deal on it. And this is the Ferrum Forge, what is it, the NTAC. This was a model that they made in 2015, like before they started doing stuff with Wii. And I don't know if this is considered a custom or not. I know it's like an entry-level blade. And they went for around $500 back then. And I picked this one up for $200 from a guy that he wasn't really, you know, a table selling knives, but he had a few knives on the table that were out of his collection. And one of the main reasons why I picked this one up is because it was in that perfect size range for me where I can just get a 4-finger grip. And also I wanted to check out, it has the Hoback rolling detent where you can adjust the detent with that little set screw right there. And I just want to try that out. For $200, you know, I figured I couldn't go wrong. Check out the blade steel, isn't nothing special. It's N690, which is, you know, good budget steel. But Ferrum Forge, from what I recall, used to do pretty good jobs on their heat treat. I don't know. You know, if it ends up not being for me, I'll move it along as well. All right, next up is a budget blade that I picked up from Concept. Actually, this one right here, this is a Concept Bevy. I bought another knife from them, and this one they gave to me to review on the channel. I had already thought it was a pretty cool clip point right here. I think it's in, let's see, where is it at? 154 cm. I like that steel for a budget steel. It is a little wider in there because I had it in a leather slip, so it kind of pulled that oil out of the G10. But pretty cool little slip joint. There's no half stop or anything, but, you know, it's a small knife. You shouldn't be doing any crazy. There's the maker's mark. I don't know who that is, or I can't think offhand, but there you go. The other Concept, I can't show y'all yet because it's not out yet, and they said about a week before it releases, they will allow me to put up my review on it, so I'll show y'all then. Sorry about that. All right. Next one. This is probably my #1 favorite knife I got out of the whole show. And I've been wanting one of these for a long time. I actually got called in on the lottery. I put in on the lottery so I could have a chance to buy one of these knives. And that is the Nickchopran and Rob Carter BBM. I think this is an absolutely beautiful knife. If y'all haven't seen already, Ontario Knives did a collaboration with them and did the Carter Trinity. And I've modified like 3 or 4 of those, trying to make it somewhat look like this by chopping off the flipper tab and stuff like that and making a hole, just so I could kind of have that experience, since I didn't think I would ever be able to get my hands on one of these. Then the first ones were customs, and then they just recently did a second pre-order on this version of them. This one is like a machine ground. You can see the lines. And Nickchopran is just amazing with finishing work. So, you know, you had those little lines from the machining, and he did, it's not going to come up that well. He etched it. There you go. He etched it so in certain lights, it almost looks like a Damascus with the way the light plays on it. and he then like brushed it off. He said he was telling me the whole story, the whole process. Came with a nice mirrored edge on it. And look at that pivot cut. Oh man, zirconium, the black part, and then I'm pretty sure the rest is titanium. Just, oh, love the looks of this knife. I love the action, everything about it. Love this right here, how it's like blasted, and then he kind of brushed the flats of that. And then that vibrant high voltage blue. So nice. And then it has a zirconium clip and a zirconium backspacer. Nice and smooth and easy to spidey flick, comfortable in hand. That is the Nickchopran Robert Carter BBM. Favorite score of the entire show. But try to get to my fixed blades after I finish these folders, if I can get it done quick enough. Next one is a knife, another one that I didn't really expect to get, but I always said if somebody had it outfitted in the way I wanted it, I would think about it. So this one's actually a ZT. I haven't bought a ZT in a long time. And this is, I'm pretty sure, the ZTO 640. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I picked this one up from American-made blades. And don't excuse that. It was in a slip as well, that leather slip. Took the oil out of it. And I wanted one. I wanted one with micarta on it, and this one they did this one with the green canvas micarta, and then they anodized the titanium bronze. And I put the Lynch deep carry clip on there. Tell you what, I've always liked the look of this knife. I thought it was just a nice, classy looking knife, and the action always so smooth on these this model. Pretty comfortable in hand. It has like that classic Savenza style blade on it. Nice drop point, or I guess you'd call that a clip point. Comes back down. I don't know. But the 0640, yeah, 20 CV. So definitely was a, wasn't one I planned on getting. All right, the next is probably, let's see, let me look around. Yeah, this is probably my number 2 favorite. And is a custom, and that is the Trevor Burger. What is it? I'll try to find it if I remember it. I'll put the name of it up here. But he's a custom knife maker from South Africa. I went over to chat with my peeps from South African Custom Knives. Their shop is in Baton Rouge, where I live. And I happened to see these, and just a stunning knife. Look at that hand rub on there. And that micarta, it almost looks like a vintage micarta, the way it was milled on the side like that. I'm not exactly sure. I think it's just a regular natural canvas, but I think it's just very, very attractive. I don't really love the blue. I just think it's more of a muted color. But that's something I could change, and definitely very, very smooth, snappy action, and I'm sure it's going to be a nice cutter as well. So that's my second favorite of the show. Well, we could say second or third, because there's the one that is next in line could go, head to head with this one any day, and depending on the day. This one, let's call this one third. Okay, this is my third favorite. Alrighty, let's see. Which ones haven't y'all seen? Alright. Next up is one coming from We. Once again, from a designer that I love his work, and that is the We Knives Thug. This is a Matt Christensen design. I have been wanting this one since a while back, when Matt sent me the pictures of the prototypes of these. And I was like, I got to have it. It's in that nice small size range. I can just get a 4-finger grip on there. And I'll tell you what, when these handles come down like this, that handle shape just conforms to the hand so well. This one is the satin variation. You got it's like a slight recurve here with a hollow grind, I think, and then the flat grind up here. I like the finish they put on it. I've already scratched it. They put this Basically, they blasted it and then like did a brush finish over it on the clip as well. Just very nice. Titanium hardware and pivot collar bronzed. They had the satin one like this, and then they had one with the blasted finish like this and blasted on the blade where those lines went straight across, but it's like this contrast. And there was another one that I was going to pick up, but it ended up selling before I got back there on Sunday. And I actually have a pre-order for the other variation, and it's in like a crushed carbon fiber. It was beautiful as well. So whenever that one comes in, I'll see which one I like the most, and then I'll probably sell the other. This thing is stupid smooth. Titanium thumb studs on there. Very, very smooth action on the open. This is not the review, but just giving y'all a look-see. So there you go. My 2 Matt Christensen knives with CK Knives. Picked up another Wee Knives prototype. This was probably, out of all their coming soon releases, this one was probably the one I was most excited about, just because I love his designs as well. And that is the Wee Knives and Ray Laconico. I think it's Esprit, E-S-P, what is it, R-I-T. Just a very, just simple and classy. You got 20 CV blade steel. Very smooth, and I love my thumb stud knives. You got Laconico on top right there. Very snappy thumb stud, and then also you can see that tang comes up with jimping right there, and it's got a snappy front flipper as well. And I'm not too great at front flipping. You can also spotty flick it nicely. The handle is very comfortable because you have contoured scales and that beautiful carbon fiber. And you got the blasted dark look on the back with that fold over titanium clip that's pretty stout. Look how thick that is. And I don't know if this is the final form. I'm sure it's, if not, it's pretty darn close. Nice and thinly ground. Like I said, it's probably a medium going to the larger size. It's not big by any means. There you go. There's the Laconico Wee collaboration knife that's coming soon. All right, let's do my second favorite, since I said the Trevor Burger one was the third. This is my second, and I would say it definitely could be the number one too. Those top 3, they could all be the number one, just depending on the day. And that is coming from Konig Knives. This is a non-flipper Arius. I've reviewed the Generation 1 Arius, the Generation 2 Arius on the channel, and now I'm able to actually own one myself. Those other ones were somebody else's, and I always wanted the non-flipper because I love thumb openers more. That nice vibrant blue titanium hardware, floating back spacer, contoured carbon fiber scale, and ooh, very snappy action. Mine has the, it's kind of like a satin flat with the mirrored type stonewash finish with a deep hollow grind, super comfortable. Very, very happy with this one. This another one. Look at this action. It's gonna be hard to show because it's a bigger blade, but look at that. They have the mini coming out pretty soon as well. If you didn't check that out on my blade show videos, definitely go check that one out. But God, this is an awesome one. It'll definitely, review will be coming to this one. The next one's a Hinderer. I think the one that gets carried the most out of my Hinderers right now is my 3-inch non-flipper. So I wanted to try out this one. This is a 3-inch skinny flipper with the G10 on both sides. So it's a titanium liner lock. Also put one of the Blade Show special fillet tab, the 2021 Blade Show special ones. I don't know that some people freak out about. I bought this one in the intent to mod it. Probably eventually lop off that flipper tab, open up that choil, and grind down some of this part of the show side scale to make it easier to get to that lock bar, because it's definitely hard for me to get to. But this one is on the tri weight, and I love the sheep's foot blade. So there you go.